Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 6 of the Forever World. Last episode, we dove into the trial chamber. We only got through the first main section of it, though, so we still have a lot of clearing out we have left to do. I went back a couple of times since then to grab a couple of things here and there for some projects that we're working on, but we will get to those a little bit later. This episode, we are going to do the interior for the forge, and that's going to entail us doing a lot of other projects. So we'll do some fishing, we'll tame a new pet hopefully this episode, and later on we'll remodel the nether portal. I don't really intend to explore the nether at all this episode, but I would really like to get my hands on some nether quartz, and with it we'll be able to do those projects that I was talking about. Alright guys, let's get started. So, I'm just doing a little bit of fishing right now. I have a reason to start doing it, and it started raining, so here we are. The reason is I need ink sacs for black dye. And I know what you're thinking. You can't get ink sacs from fishing. And you would be correct. But when I tried to go hunt some squid, it was taking forever, and I just kept running into issues with trying to get them to spawn. So, behold, my solution. Nautiluses. And for that, I need pufferfish. Or a couple pufferfishes. Hopefully, not too many. So until I get enough to tame one or two of those guys, I will be here. Alright, the sun's going down. It's still raining, so I might just keep fishing. But I have two pufferfish, and in the same session, I got a saddle too. So let's go check out one of these guys really quick and see if we can just get him right off the rip. Come on. Come on, naughty lass. Dang it. Alright, well. Guess I'll be here for a little bit longer. Okay, so I fished all night until my fishing rod broke, and I got a lot of stuff. So much so, in fact, that I can't hold all of it. Most of the stuff that I threw away, though, was just junk, like bones and boots and sticks and stuff. So here's what I got. Some fish. These ink sacs were from earlier. Name tag. I'm not playing on the new patch yet where you can just craft name tags, so this is actually really nice. Pretty good enchanted book. That efficiency 3 is probably going to be a lot more useful than that loyalty 3 book, but you know. Nautilus shell, a couple other random things, lily pads. I'm going to use these for decorations, so that's going to be fun. And then an Unbreaking 3 fishing rod. So we got 2 more pufferfish to use. Let's go see if we can tame one of these guys. There's usually like a million of them over here. I think that's one right there. Yeah. All right, buddy. Come here. Please. Yes. Guys, we got one. So this guy is going to be really useful for a couple reasons. The first one is just underwater transportation. You can breathe underwater while you're riding a Nautilus, which is awesome, and they are much faster than the player when you're swimming around underwater without any enchantments or anything. Mainly what I'm going to be using it for right now is hunting squid, so I can get as much ink sacs as possible. I really need black dye, so I can make gray dye, so I can make gray concrete powder, so I can incorporate it into my color palette. Yep, it's all for some concrete powder. Anyway, back to hunting. Alright, so we've been doing some resource gathering and some smithing and stuff, and we finally have enough levels to do a level 30 enchant. And, you know, I do have a couple of diamond tools that I could enchant, but I don't know. Enchanting a diamond tool doesn't really unlock anything extra for you, and they're already pretty good by themselves. So I think I'm going to enchant this fishing rod. You know, I've been doing a little bit of fishing lately, and it is a little annoying just having an unenchanted one, and I did get this Unbreaking 3 one. So I'm hoping to combine it with whatever I get from here, and it looks like Lure 2 isn't great, but I don't know. Let's see if we get anything else from it. No, of course not. Well, at least we'll be able to get fish a little bit quicker. All right, so between episodes, we've been doing some redecorating here and there. A lot of it's just been really minor stuff. Like for the floor around here, we changed it from just the smooth stone to tiling back and forth between the regular stone and the smooth stone. I really like this combination, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting to look at. Something that wasn't quite so subtle. Down here, we did finish the forge. So this is the design that I chose for the outside of it. I kind of wanted it to be just really cobbled together and look like dilapidated almost, but still like structurally sound. So it's really just a bunch of deep slate blocks, all different kinds of stairs and walls and slabs and stuff, just to make it kind of look as cobbled as possible. And then, you know, we're using the bricks and the tiles and the smooth and all the stuff. So then here is the flooring that we decided to use for in here. It's pretty much exactly the same as what it is out here. It's just in grayscale instead of brown, you know. So then right over here, we have the actual forge that we made. So this is all just a lava farm to help fuel this. We got some campfires down at the bottom and at the top to create the smoke effect. This blast furnace is entirely decorative. This one isn't really used or anything. I mean, I'll use it sometimes, but this one is the auto smelter. So we got the top loader right up here, and we have the barrel that everything comes out at down here. And then on the back side, we actually have a backloader for the fuel as well. There we go. So then I can just grab a couple buckets of lava, toss them in there, and then we will be smelting for quite a while. Down in the floor over here, we have some logs that we worked in. So we got some oak logs for the brown, acacia logs for the gray. We got some poking around up there for some extra shading. And then I think the last little bit of detailing was over here, adding a couple of raw copper blocks here and there, just because the orange still works pretty well with the brown here, and then the green really just looks like greenery. It looks like little grass or weeds or something poking through. Makes it a little bit more interesting. So the next thing I'd like to work on is the dripstone farm that we're going to put in the forge area. But to do that, we need quartz. And to get quartz, we need to go to the nether. So I think it's about time that we get started on this nether portal. So let's hop over into Creative World and get working on this design here. All right, so this is what it looks like right now. This is the before shot. And here it is on a creative version of my world. You can tell because I don't even have the tower up there. So I just flattened the area out and just gave myself like a wider area to work with, just more space. And I'm just going to try to take it for what it is and enhance it. So I think I want to leave some of the netherrack and some of the lava, some of the magma, so I have those in here to kind of, sort through those. But let me get the frame sorted out first before I do any of the, the decorating on the outside. I think eventually, when I get to it, I'm going to put the barn or the stable for the horses right here, because here's where the farm is, there's where the tower is, and then the nether hub would be, or the nether portal would be right here, so it'd be, right in between. I feel like it would have good access to anywhere I would want to go that's further than, just regular walking distance. All right, so this is kind of what I'm thinking right now. I just have this border around the portal a different color at the moment, just so you can see it a little bit better compared to like the housing that's on the top. I do want these to be different colors, but yeah, I really don't want to step away from the brick too much. I was just testing to see how the deep slate works, but I'm thinking about maybe trying tough blocks. Let's see how that looks. All right, it's a little bit more subtle, but I honestly kind of like it. I don't really like how the deep slate looks next to the obsidian here. I really like that. So I think I'm gonna keep that, and then obviously right here I'm gonna put some lanterns. Oh, hello, Mr. B. I think I'm gonna hang him though. Probably by 2. Pardon me, good sir. And then I think I'm just gonna mirror this, right? I want to incorporate lava somehow into this, I think. But I don't know. You might just stick with the magma blocks somewhere. I do enjoy this, though. I'm thinking about having lava pour out of here and having it go down here into, like, I don't know, it's like some walled off or barriered off thing. Uh, but I do that a lot. And I don't know, I feels very samey for myself, but I don't know, I look kind of freaking cool. Let's see how it goes. Ah, man, this is just causing a whole chain reaction of changes, but, you know, let's keep swinging. Yeah, it looks freaking awesome. I don't know. Oh, man, I really feel like I'm just at the eye doctor. Like, number 1, number 2. I think this is what I'm gonna go with, though. So let me just fix this up real quick. I was gonna keep these open on the sides here, but I didn't want anything accidentally hitting the lava and dying when I don't want it to. And I know that can still happen right here, but it's far less likely if I cover most of the danger zones. So you know, I don't really need the lanterns if I have the lava tubes. So let's see what this looks like without them. Quiet, please. I'm about to record here. There we go. I think this is what I'm gonna go for. Ooh. Yeah, just make the top of this look a little bit cooler. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah, especially because there's only one kind of... Hold on, is there only one kind of tough wall? No, there's this one. Okay, what if I alternate it? What does it look like? Alright, I should probably match it up like those. No, that's too much texturing. I think this is what we're gonna do. I did have the regular stone bricks right here, but I kind of wanted this whole thing to be the same color, so I changed it to the chisel tuff, which looks very cool. And now all of the chambers are completely closed off, so it is impossible to touch the lava, which is great, unless a creeper blows up here, which that would make me very sad. But this is at least what I'm going to do in the actual survival world. And then I'll just build out the terrain a little bit more. This was just to kind of give myself a platform and an idea of what I wanted to get done. All right, I have the area properly deforested. Let me just work on the terraforming part now. Ignore the light matica in the background. All right, so I've been doing some terraforming. This is my actual survival world, not my creative world. This is just the outlines of what I wanted to get done, I think, and then I'm actually going to fill in like all the way to the bottom. I'm not just going to like fill in the top layer and leave a dark space underneath like a monster. And then that'll just give me a nice area, especially with all the trees cleared out of the way. It just gives me a really good sight line to my tower, so I'm able to kind of like figure out where the actual path is going to be. I've just been non-stop farming wheat right now to get as much as I can so I can make as much mud as I can, so that I can expand the paths and stuff like that, because I do want them to be a big part of that color palette. Anyway, I am almost done setting the scene for this, so I'll get back to you guys when I'm about to start working on this, and I think I'm going to time-lapse it, so... All right, guys. So we are finished with the Nether portal, but I figured as we were walking up to it, I could share some of my tips and tricks for terraforming, at least, for how I do it. So as I go over an area more and more, I'll kind of figure out what my decided path is to get from point to point, and then I'll try to take that into account and then just try to make it a little bit more interesting when I'm like making a path. Really just try to take the natural shape of the land and mold it around the path, trying to just soften edges where I can, but try to keep it for the most part intact, and then just flatten out areas where I need to. So for right here, for example, I just have a lot of the trees cut down just so I can get a better idea of like where I want the platform to end and like all of that stuff. And then I'll add custom trees in where I really want them to be. But, in the forested area, I don't really mind as much if there's just natural Minecraft trees. Here is the cave opening for the lava pool that we found in the very first episode. I have been using it as a obsidian farm, and I've been taking some of the lava here and there. But back up here, we are completely finished. So, I am very impatient, and I don't want to do a full scouting trip into the Nether right now, but I do want to check out where we come out at. So, let's see what we get. It's always exciting. Aw, man. It's always a Crimson Forest. It's not that bad because you get like the wood types and you get piglins, but like it is pretty hostile, especially if you don't have gold armor, but that's why I brought this. I don't have any silk touch stuff, so I can't grab any of the nylium, so I can't grow any of these trees in the overworld, but I will get there. Okay, it's good that we can see a wart forest there too. That's going to be nice. So we have both wood types, and then I'll come back here with my fortune pick to grab all the quartz that I need for any of the projects that I have. But I'm just really glad that we finally have this done. Yeah, again, I don't really plan on doing too much right now. I just wanted to come through and just check out to see where we came out at. I'm definitely going to have to clean this area up quite a bit, but it'll give me a lot of other resources, so that'll be cool. Well, let's see what else we have time for. All right, now that we've been to the Nether and got some quartz, we are able to upgrade a couple of things around the base. First being the bee farm. Hehe, being. I wasn't even on purpose. But yeah, automatic bee farm right now. It's going pretty well. Got 53 honeycomb in here. I'm actually going to take these and do a deposit. But yeah, working out pretty well so far. Next thing we've got on the list is the automatic dripstone farm. So this one goes extraordinarily slow, and honestly, I think it's better if you use an array of them instead of just a single one. But that's what we have right now, and it's at least making stuff for us passively while we're doing other stuff. I do have one more project that I've been working on over here, and that project is to help me make as much mud as possible so that I can keep making mud bricks and the packed mud so that I can keep expanding our roadway over here. I don't know if you guys have noticed it yet, but I do have a little secret entrance that I made over here. I really just didn't want this big machine to be out in the open, so I just kind of hid it underground right here. So let me just show you how it works really quick, and then I'll kind of explain as we're going along here. So you just place a dirt block down right here. It'll automatically dispense a water bottle onto it, making it into mud, and then this piston will push it forward in front of all of these pistons. Then you just kind of hover over it and hold right click, and then as it pushes them out, it'll trigger these pistons to push them out this way, and then that way you can just keep holding down right click and turn a whole bunch of dirt into mud without you having to go anywhere and, like convert a whole like riverbed into mud, which is what I was doing earlier. So let me kind of explain how the redstone works a little bit here, because it's kind of weird and it is my own design. I didn't look up any tutorials for this apart from just knowing that this general thing is how people get a lot of mud really quickly. So originally I had an observer facing this block right here because it was going to observe when I placed the dirt block, and then it was going to trigger the mechanism. Unfortunately, it was also observing when the piston was moving back and forth, and that wasn't really ideal. In order to get around that, I made it so that it was just detecting me placing the block down, and to do that, I figured I would just put a wall right next to it. And then the observer would detect the change in state here. Then the whole reason why I have a lamp block right here is because the observer was getting triggered twice. So it's getting triggered when I place it down, and it's getting triggered when the block gets pushed away. It'll really only trigger this redstone pulse once then, because it's only detecting when this is turned on, and that's it. So then it'll send the pulse up here. It'll first trigger the dispenser, and then after a short delay, it'll trigger the piston right here. And then when you get to the end of the path here, it'll just push it on top of this redstone torch, which will transfer the signal to this redstone dust right here, and then it'll just send the power along the back of these. Right here, I have a loader for the water bottles that'll just feed into here. And then down here, I have a item filter set up to take out the empty glass bottles so that it'll continuously fill with regular water bottles. And then the glass bottles will come down here at this barrel, and then I can just stand in this water pool and just refill all of them and just put them back into the system. But yeah, it's been pretty useful so far, and I think it works pretty well. Alright guys, unfortunately that's all the time I have left for this episode. I think next episode we're definitely going to do a little bit more exploring, maybe some boating. I want to get some maps done, and I'm getting a little bit stir-crazy. I don't want to keep building right now. I want to shake it up a little bit. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time.